and like even that jump, like if they didn't would have gone for that kill. It's like it's almost 100% chance if you actually have vision of them before the jump, and they go for the very safe plays. And the only way that would have been stopped is if Nyx hasn't got his blink off, and he has not had the most flashy plays this game. He hasn't been able to outplay LFY at all.
The push coming in on the bottom, fortification out from LGD and XZ. And it's coming out to the front of it, boarding back LFY. Looks like it'll be enough because they have to head back up top. The push is coming in from LGD themselves, aren't they? Maybe and Victoria heading in onto the tier 3. Super and Yao coming forward. Yao with the Burrow Strike. Immediately to lock down onto Maybe. And walk it off. Themselves alive, Yao. And looking to chase this one down. Jumps forward. Maybe actually pops the BKB, turns round, forcing Yao to head back. So BKB charge down for Maybe. He will get himself back to base safely. But at this moment, it really is LGD just looking for any opportunity to go for the split push. And do you feel that is the best way for them to play at this stage? Well, can they not just get ready for a full 5-on-5? Are they just too far behind overall?
I think you need an Aegis in the Shadow Fiend or Lifestealer and able to be able to win the fight. You need to be able LFY have nothing left to fight back with, and then you can kind of roll them with your second wave of Rage with Shadow Fiend just right-clicking everybody down, and your supports can actually cast spells because they're not under effects of Global Silence. So I think like that was not the fight for them to take. Like Juggernaut could easily just Rambo in and kill everyone, lose his life, respawn back, and then just end the game right there. So it's a potentially game-ending decision for LGD to take that fight. So I think waiting closer to the next Roche, waiting for a smoke approach, waiting for another split push opportunity where they can limit LFY's numbers is the best avenue to victory.
Far behind in reaction to the counterparts of LFY. Can the Lifesteal and the SF be enough to carry LGD through this game against LFY's heroes?
Not if they constantly get stun locked without any help. So I guess like the Wisp needs to be able to save him out. Oh,
Jijing, he's found himself a bit of a pickup here with the help of Barmei and of relocating as well. They do take out Xiao A. This time, Jijing, good jump. BG is stunned, no chance for Xiao A to react.
What happened to the gem? Oh, okay. So Jixing actually picked up the gem from that engagement.
Super picking up the blink, maybe. Demon Edge 2.2k towards the, what I'd imagine to be that MKB for the SF to help deal with N's Butterfly. Mate, it just begs to be seen what he goes for next. Stunning stockpile of the gold. Is there any item in particular that you feel that will massively benefit the Lifestealer in this match?
It's tough for him. He only has one item slot left. You can replace your Echo Saber, but it's a tough call. Like, if you want to go more tanky, you can go for Heart. It's not a common pickup, but he kind of just needs to survive, so maybe he can do damage. If you want to go for anti-BKB, you go for
I was going to say, does he need a BKB himself, in fact? Is it enough to rely on Jijing's Lotus Orb to help him through the Global Silence, through the Rage?
The thing is, I'm not confident in Jixing's initiation this game, so Abyssal wouldn't be the best choice.
Talking about initiation, Xiao gets the perfect jump in onto Maybe, starts to drag him back. It's going to be Lotus Sword by Jijing, trying to help him out, but the Burrow Strike comes through and they've lost Maybe. Down for 70 seconds, Ame trying to turn around, focus Super, but Super, he has too much armor. Ame tries for the DP out, but he gets stunned up. They've lost 3 again. LGD losing these fights where Xiao A finds the perfect jump in. And there's nothing that they can do in return.
They're using all their smokes to perfection, really. And yeah, just killing Maybe like that with no counterplay. Like, Wisp can't relocate out because he has nothing to deal with the Global Silence. Is just hugely problematic. And you mentioned like the support being underfarmed. In this game, it matters a lot.
Ooh, buybacks coming out here, and will be stunned up and shoved to the side as well, trying to keep it alive. Maybe focusing down onto Super, but Super is too damn tanky. The Omni Slash comes out, but it was Lotus Orb there. And in comes the epicenter though from Yao. Bring them down low. Victorious out Xiao will buy back to bring himself back into this fight, maybe. Turns towards Xiao, they'll find the Batrider at least. They're moving forward for more. Super's BK being trying to get out there with the TP for the jump of the race from maybe find Super. They'll find also the silencer DDC to fall. So they do get the triple. They did have to expend a fair few buybacks there on LGD, as we can see. 4 buybacks now on cooldown, but they hold on with pretty much the first fight where they've come out in terms of numbers in what feels like pretty much the last half of the game.
And really unfortunate for LGD that it's almost a maximum Roshan respawn. It's like 250, so they would have loved to have an Aegis, especially to buybacks right now, but I think they just go for it. At least force the buyback out of LFY.
But they don't have any buybacks available at the moment. LFY cannot buy back.
You got to YOLO it, dude.
They're without
you
3
gotta go
heroes. This could be a nice little opening to find an extra bit of a bounty here.
You play to win, not to not lose. If they back off right now, you're playing to not lose.
LGD now certainly going to come in and eye at these racks. There will be a fortification. LFY, can they actually hold on to this? 2 members down, LGD being a little timid. They know that if they lose cores at this stage with the buybacks and cooldown, it's going to be game over, and they are going to go for the risky play. They're going to be backing up, respecting the fact that LFY are going to be back in the game.
They don't have that great of vision up the hill. Like the Sentry Ward immediately takes out the Observer Ward. Xiao 8 will get the he will get the vision on it, and it was a little bit risky. Like, it was close to nighttime. Sand King can lead in with the Epicenter. They had smoke on Sand King too, so they were completely ready. And then as soon as he burrow strikes Epis in, you buy back on your Juggernaut, you TP in, you destroy them. So yeah, it was a little bit risky. I think they could have pressed it for maybe a couple more seconds, but realizing they could have lost the game right there probably scared them back. And LFY will smoke up as they try and see if Roshan is up, and it is not.
And go for the kill.
So he's going for Abyssal on the Lifestealer. You asked what should he go for before. Okay. So he seems like he needs more damage, or at least more lockdown during the BKB. You know, I just don't think that he's able to do that much damage just because he's focused a lot. But at the same time, if they focus maybe and he doesn't do enough damage, they can just kind of ignore the Lifestealer. So he still wants to remain like a potent threat in most of the fights. And another member of LGD also has a way to deal with the Global Silence is the Ogre Magi with the Guardian Greaves. You usually see it on the Wisp, I would say, in this situation, but Victoria has died 11 times in this game and does not seem like he's going to be able to get out of that silence at all.
Understandable why they're focusing down Victoria as well. I remember seeing him in a series in a group stage, playing both Oracle and Io. And this man, if he's given the chance to, he pulls out amazing saves. But this game, LFY is certainly knowing how to play around it. Bottom lane, Jijing has the eyes onto Yan with the jump out. They'll take an immediate kill. That's actually sanking out 80 seconds, and he does not have the tools for buyback. He's still 700 or so gold short, and this is just around when Roshan's going to be respawning. Yeah,
Jijing is the last 5 minutes. Like the Lotus Orb Reflection on the Omni Slash, like the 2 picks that he had, one on Xiao on top, one on Yao on bottom. These have salvaged the game for them, and LFY hoping perhaps that there was a Roshan respawn, but now it's almost been 10 minutes, and both teams know that Roshan have to be up.
I mean, the question is, can LGD take it before the Sand King's back?
I think they have to capitalize on this somewhat. If they leave the pit too much, then they're just going to concede Roshan themselves. Like, the Juggernaut's very farmed. He can take it out quite easily. And maybe they're waiting for a smoke. I'm looking at the Chicken. Radiant Chicken is just picking up a gem right now. So, no gem on the possession of LFY. So, Nyx is actually much more potent when you have no idea where he's coming from.
I know that the Roshan's up. Illusion from Maybe scouts it out. LFY, 20 seconds in Yao's back in. So when the Roche fight does kick off, both teams with a full 5-man alive and ready to enter the pit.
Yeah, they have a smoke ready on the Ogre in case they want to make a move. This is one of the most crucial moments in the game, and especially with no buybacks on LGD. They need the Aegis, and they really cannot concede LFY because they can just throw bodies at them at this point. And looks like there are 2 Observer Wards in the mid, and there isn't great vision by LGD to have one on the southern side of the map, but LFY, they have much better coverage of the Roshan area. And let's see, the Sentry Ward does not scout out Jixing yet. They need to have a good clue of where the next assassin is, but 2 cores are already just taking down Roche. Aegis and Cheese will go to LFY.
Absolutely. And the speed that they take it out, no way that LGD get there in return. Coming out on the top lane from them, but LFY already starting to back up. They're going to be able to hold this defense with that Aegis and such that they've just picked up. And again, LGD just backing up, playing it safe. Probably playing around these timers as well. We're seeing 1 minute and a half, and then the 4 members will have their buyback back off cooldown. The money's there for the SF. Maybe he's got that ready. Jijing as well will have the money. Victoria's very close. Arme just needs an extra 1,000. So this last kind of minute or so is going to be the true rocky period here for LGD.
The lanes are in pretty good position though for LGD, so I don't think they can actually force a fight in the next minute. I guess it has to be like in the next 30 seconds, or else it'll cool down by the time the fight engages, and then he brings down his HP to 0. And just need to push out mid a little bit more, and as you mentioned, just wait out that buyback, just probably another 40 seconds at this point. But Bad Rider is very farm. He has a Shiva's Guard, so they're kind of well suited to deal with this mass physical damage that Lifestealer and Shadow Fiend will have trouble piercing through. Combine that with the Butterfly and the Juggernaut. I guess there's the MKB already countered that, and the AC up on the DK.
Ooh,
That's a lot of armor.
Yep, and then the double damage as well on ends, if he's able to find a use of it here in this next just under a minute or so.
Yeah, they took down the Observer Ward though, so they know that they're around in this area and know that they also don't have buybacks for 30 more seconds.
Let's see how much LFY can get done here.
So there still is a T2 up. So if LFY take the bottom set of the racks, it's not the worst thing in the world. They could wait until the Aegis expired if they consider that a better opportunity for them. And on the flip side, LFY don't actually have any T2s up. So if they push this top lane and attempt to go for a base race, then things could get hairy.
They're losing racks incredibly quick here on the bottom lane. LGD, they'll put the fortification, but no sign of sending heroes down here. So it looks like they're just going to let those ones go. And LFY, they're moving in for more onto the tier 4s. LGD, they need to do something in reaction. At the moment, maybe and Victoria continue to push up the top lane, but they've lost one tier 4. And LGD looks like they're just kind of banded up top now. Arme's going to jump in. Now maybe will be brought back. They'll pop down the silencer. BKB's coming out from both sides here. XC, the first casualty on LGD. The epicenter coming through, bringing Arme down low. He keeps himself alive with the event. Finally dropping down for 100 seconds. Maybe as well. He does have buyback in the SF. Victoria buying back as well. They've got to hold this defense. The 3 members LFY still pushing into the base. Super jumps forward. Dragon Tail onto maybe. And coming across as well. GG tries for a stun, but it's not going to connect. And just moves around it. Pops the Mantis though, continues to focus down the base. Yao comes in with a bow strike, catching out both Victoria and maybe turns towards Yao. Yao's going to be taken down, but he's got the Aegis ready for round 2. GG trying to keep end on the base, but he Blade Fury hits the end, and it's all over. LFY, LGD Forever Young take game 1.
That was a cool maneuver at the end. They wanted to kill the silencer before the fight even started, but Xiao8 with the quickest lasso on Ame. Like, Xiao8 played out of his mind this game, and it's on, I think, a harder role to make a big impact in, and he's the captain, so he just has to do so much for his team, but he didn't disappoint.
I mean, that's the thing, Ben. As you said, there was kind of that point where it just became apparent that Xiao8, his kind of command and his lead was just evidently better there in that game than LGD's.
And the experience